welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia McNeil Crafts. So it's time for another Dawn and Julia Create. And Dawn has set the challenge this time and it's interesting. I'm very intrigued. She's got me very intrigued. So what we've got to do is we've got to use this pack here that I know we both had and loads of us got it last year. It was sort of, or was it the year before? It was really popular in the works for £3 and then I think it went down to £1 or something in the sale. So we've got to use that. We've got a circle punch, we've got some lace, fancy edge scissors, which I don't really have, but my daughter's got some, so I might go and read hers if I feel that I need them. We've also got black pen, lace. I struggle with lace, so this could be interesting. 2 inks, which I will decide later what ink pads I will use, because I like to sort of see how the project goes. 1 Stamp-Lemental. Okay, so what we have to do is to make 6 embellishments, and what we're going to do is swap the embellishments, and then Dawn has another challenge for us. In fact, mine sat here. Look, I'll show you. This is how organised Dawn is. Dawn has done hers. Dawn has done hers and posted it to me. So whatever she's made is right there. And yeah, I haven't even started crafting yet, so there you go. But apparently what we're going to do is make this, open the package, and then we've got a new challenge with what each other's made, if that makes sense. We've also got to make a card, and inside the card we've to put a positive quote, but you're not getting to see that today. You'll see that in a month when we look at our cards. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to turn off the camera, get my bits and bobs together, and we'll get started. So I have popped out a hold of the embellishments. We've got some little tags. I didn't pop out all of them because some of them were just a bit big, and I kind of thought for what we're using them for, we're making embellishments which are kind of on the smaller side, and I like my embellishments smaller, so that's what I'm going with. And I've cut out some of the die cuts that I thought would be quite good shapes. Now we've got these tags which are pretty much almost ready-made embellishments, so I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 tags and then 3 circles. That's what I'm thinking. That's my plan. So let's go with the tags first. This is almost like doing tiny art. I think Dawn's obsessed with tiny art because it's pretty much what we're doing. I also have decided on Distress ink. I'm going to go with Kitsch Flamingo because it's perfect. This pink has got a very slight bluish hue to it. You kind of notice it more when you use the oxide and you spray. There's sort of like this blue tinge comes from it. And then I've got peacock feathers because I thought it sort of went with the colours in the kit. So I am just going to not think, and because basically I'm incapable of thinking. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink. I'm just going to layer a whole load of stuff up. I mean, I love layering. I love collage style, so hopefully this should be okay. Right, I'm going to start off by putting some lace on some of these because quite frankly I hate lace. I like it when other people use it and then I try and use it and it just doesn't ever work for me. So I'm going to go really tiny bits of lace. Go for this pink one, I think. So let's put a little bit of that down on each of these. We need to put it in different places on each of them, don't we? So that it's kind of like same but different. It's like a collection then, isn't it? That they all sort of tie in, but they all sort of tie in, but they're not exactly the same. There we go. Lace done. Lace sorted and out of the way. It's mean. Mind you, I can't complain because I was a bit mean to Dawn. Well, I don't think I was mean. I was encouraging her to step outside of her comfort zone. Right, we've got some little stars. So we could have some stars. Now, automatically as I started popping some of this stuff out, I was thinking I want gems or Nouveau drops, but she didn't put that on the list. I wonder if she thought about that as she was doing it. Okay, so we've got a little circle there. We like that together. Every day is a new adventure. And then we, as I said, we could get some of the stars on. I would kind of like to cover the lace just a little bit more. Could change the positioning of it just so that we've got a little bit of it peeking. Yeah, that's better. Can't deal with the lace. Right, put that up a bit higher so we've got our unicorn at the bottom. I suppose we could always sort of stick the lace behind as well. You could have it like that, couldn't you? Ooh, I like that. Yeah, we could have it as a little tag. Let's commit. Let's commit to something. Right, so I'm going to pop a bit of glue, run it down the edge there. Oh, it's coming. I have to say, so far, this glue and I have got on much more successfully than previous glues, so I may actually have to go out and purchase some. This particular bottle was kindly gifted to me by the lovely Dawn. She's also sent me some spray bottles, which I can't wait to try. And a black pen, because she knows my black pen's running out. Now, I kind of want that 3D. I presume that that's an essential. I presume it's an essential, so I'm going with it. If I'm wrong, then I'm highly very sorry. Right, so I'm going to stick that one. And I'll just raise it. I just need to maybe take the pips off because they will distress me, quite frankly. Pips are an issue. Dawn's the same though. She'll be taking all the pips off of hers. Now Dawn's good at this. Dawn makes embellishments. It's not something that I've done. I think I've done it a couple of times. It's not something I normally graduate to. Part of me wants to have the unicorn. Yeah, we'll just stick with it. Just go with what you think. It's normally the best just to stick with your initial thought on the matter. I know that's Dawn's tip for when she does the how many cards can I make. It's like, don't overthink it, just do. Just do it. Every day is a new adventure, especially with our Dawning. I love getting our message in. It's like, what are we going to be doing now? I've just sent her the one for the next fortnight. So she's probably filming that right now. I'm probably filming the one that's for tomorrow. Yeah, for tomorrow. And she's probably filming the one for next week. But you know, I'm looking for another gold star that's just, there we go. That's just a gold star. Now see, what I really would have liked to have done, Dawn, I'm just putting this out there. Oh, mind you, she will be receiving them, so I suppose depending on what she's decided the next challenge is. What I really would have liked to have done is added a bit of sparkle to those stars. You know, either a clear Nouveau drop or a glitter pen or something like that. But there we go. That's one done. Let's stick a bit of glue down onto this one. So we'll pop that there. Right, and what else have we got? We've got this star, which is a bit big. See, a lot of these embellishments, I started popping them all out and then realised actually they're going to be far, far too big. Oh, we could have a tag on a tag. What other colours have we got? Got that one. Could have a tag on a tag. Because why not? Quite frankly. Why not indeed? It's very strange doing something that's kind of alien to you, I have to say. Oops. And I might just put a little bit of Kitsch Flamingo around at the edge of that just to blend it into the background. I'm just going to grab, probably should get my blending mat. Oh, there be my blending mat. Here it is. Here, here, here. Right. Nope, that'd be the lid. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've not crafted. It's been a busy old week. The crafting that I did was on Hichanda, which I've now changed the name to the Craft Store. I don't know if you've seen that. So it's going to take me a while to get used to that, to calling it the Craft Store. Yeah, and then I've been packing orders, and then I've been busy colouring the release that went out today, which is the day I'm filming, yesterday by the time you're watching this. So yeah, I've not actually sort of sat down and played in my craft room for a while, but I'm planning on having a full day of filming. So I'm planning on having, oh, I quite like that. It's a bit big though. Maybe if I just chop this down because you don't have to use things as they are. So I'm going to chop that down and then get my black pen, which I've not put the new one that Dawn gave me in. I'm just going to go get that now. She knows me so well. She knew my black pen was running out. And she sent me one. Isn't she lovely? I wonder if Dawn will do a tag. I reckon she'll do a tag. And she'll have rocked the lace. Because I saw the embellishments that she did for the quirky birds. And they were amazing. But as I said, it's not quite my thing. But then I really pushed her out of the comfort zone last week by making her do a 1-layer card. Although 1-layer cards aren't really my thing either, but I think it's good to push yourself. Right, so we'll pop that there. Actually, I want it sort of hanging off a bit, I think. That there, and then we've got Just Believe. So let's just get that all sorted. Right, now Just Believe there. My stomach is about to start rumbling. Can you hear that? Dear. Deary, deary, dear. That's quite good now because I finished my programme that I did. I did the midlife method, which is like a month's worth, and I finished all that. So now it's just down to eating healthily and stuff like that. But I'm doing quite well. I'm 3 pounds off losing 2 stone, which sounds amazing, but I've not actually noticed a difference in my clothing yet. So clearly it got out of control. Right, let's see. We could maybe put a... Yes, I didn't like that. We'll stick that up there. Okay, now I'm just... Well, no, actually, I'll do the black edging with all of them in a minute. There we go. So that's number 2. Oh, we're rocking this. Now, I just had a thought as I was cutting that tag apart for the circles that we could add the circles onto here. There we go. See? At least not. I do actually like to, even when I chop into something, I do really like to try and use it up. Okay. So I'm going to pop those down. Pop on that side. And one this side. Do you like my tiniest amounts of lace? You can barely see it. I don't know why I have a problem with lace. And then we'll pop that down side there. Pretty much covered up that bit underneath, but hey ho. You will see it. It's kind of, it all just adds to the interest. I think it's worth it. And it's good not to become overly attached to one layer. Seth Apter says that, you know. Never become overly attached to a layer. You're just one layer away from greatness. Oh, could have that. I've got this song in my head from the Muppets. Do you know what else I was thinking? I was thinking about the Muppets this morning. As I was popping out all my tags, I was left with that, and then it just reminded me of, you know, the Muppets when they start off and they all come bouncing through, and now I was just like, oh, I want to make a window with different characters popping out of that, so that's gonna come back and become something at some point. Right, let's get the pippage off this. I'm just double checking that I want a star and not a circle. Yes, I want a star. Just needed to find that out for my own very self. Right, let's sort this. There we go. And then I'm going to pop that on 3D foam. I don't have much 3D foam nowadays. I mostly use cardboard, but actually it's just that was more accessible today than the cardboard. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue because it gives me wiggle room, and it also gives it a slightly more securer adhesion. Right, I want a word. I would like a word with you. Party. So yeah, I've got the, Kezia's really into the Muppets at the minute, and she's watching it all the time, and I've got the, why are there so many songs about rainbows? stop singing. Partly because it's horrific and I don't want to put you through that, and also partly I don't want to end up getting some copyright person going, you shouldn't have sung that. Oh, that's quite nice with the two of them, isn't it? No, I'll go without. I want a sentiment. Oh, we've got stickers. What have we got here? I believe in unicorns. I believe. Oh dear, it's one of those days. I don't want the wand. It's a madness. It's a madness sort of a day. I believe. I'm going to stick that on a bit of paper. I'll just use this post-it note. There we go. I want to overlap it from the tag. There we go. Waste not, want not. Who else does that? Literally just uses what's on their desk because it's on their desk. I do that all the time. It's shocking. Right, so we will just cut around that, and what it'll do is just allow me to have like no sticky on the back, which means I can have it sort of overhanging a little bit, which I think would be quite nice. Yeah, so I reckon Dawn will have done tags. Will I be right? Oh, we will find out tomorrow. So we will. Right. Pop that down there. I've also discovered that I actually can't see. So that's not overly helpful. I'm having to join the world of varifocals. So I went for an eye test last week, and it's like I've been noticing it for the past few weeks. I keep finding myself looking over the top of my glasses. But obviously, you know, when you're trying to see detailed work, when you're drawing and colouring, and you can't, it's a tad frustrating. Now I've edged that, I'm noticing there's some pips that have escaped my notice. So I'm waiting, so I've had to order varifocals, but I've also got to have reading glasses for when I do all my artwork, because they don't want me to strain my eyes. But yeah, it's suddenly when you realise, oh, I'm like busy crafting here and I can't actually see what I'm doing. So if it looks terrible, that's my current excuse. Right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of a black line around all of this and just edge it like so. I'll even go around the unicorn because why not? Right, and there, yeah, there's a few little pips that have just escaped, but that's okay. And then that's half of the embellishments done. I'm now going to move on to doing some circles. Again, there are pips that need dealt with, but we will deal with those in a second. I do like edging things. Everything just looks 100 times better once you've edged it. Personally, that's my personal opinion. Well, that looks a bit strange now because I've not edged all of that, but it's okay. We will rectify. We will rectify and we'll just doodle. And doodles fix a multitude of sins. And Dawn will say that she expects me to doodle. It'll be somewhere. She'll say, I'm sure Juliet will doodle. I wonder if she'll... Mind you, I don't think it's hard to guess the colour combos of what we choose, because it's kind of like you go with the paper, don't you? There we go. Just add a little bit doolage. Don't think that one needs it. Right, okay, so that's those three done. So we'll pop those to the side. 3 down. Right, I'm thinking that we will make some circles out of the paper. So, what have we got? I love that. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. That is so me. Do you know that? It really is. It's like, tell me I can't do something, and boy, do I react. Right, let's see. I quite like that paper, but I don't want a unicorn bit. It helps you actually open the punch. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. So I'll have that. Oh, that is quite tiny. That is much tinier than I expected. Maybe I should get another size. Mind you, no, I'm going to stick with it. Do you know what? I like small embellishments. Dawn might be cursing me when she's got to make something with it. But I quite like it. Right, I wonder if I could get a cloud out of this. Do, 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 do. Trying to. There we go, 2. And Dawn's probably watching this going, they're tiny on earth. What on earth do you expect me to do with that? Well, right, look forward to. Oh my goodness, there's a bit of stomach rumblage going on. I like that. There we go. 3 eensy beensy teeny weeny stuff going on here. Right, and one needs one's blending mat, which one has managed to lose in the past 2 seconds. It's incredibly impressive. I think I could win an award. Oh look, do you know what the problem was there? I put it away where it belonged. Can't find it. When you put it where it's supposed to be, can't find it. When you just leave it lying about, it's to hand. Right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of the flamingo around the edge of these. Like so, and then I'm going to pop some of the peacock feathers around this one. There we go. I do think when you do things like this, it makes a difference. The reason I didn't put stuff on the tags was actually the tags are shiny, so it's not even going to stay on anyway. Now I'll be regretting the tininess. Decisions. Decisions. Oh, that could be quite nice. What do you think? I need a smaller star. Sorry. Just suddenly just stopped speaking there. Mind you, probably could be pleasant. It's better than me singing away to you, isn't it? Oh look, I found a little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I'm so glad that you are. Right, then we could possibly have a little bit of lace just at the back. What do we think? See, this is when I wish I was on a live and you could go yes, no. It's very handy. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Okie dokie. I really need to eat. I don't know why I'm so hungry. What time is it? I suppose it's getting close to lunchtime. Maybe that's why. Maybe. Maybe. Right, now see again, I could just do with a little bit of sparkle. I've just realised I was wanting that side. See if it still looks right doing it that way. And then we've got a bit of cloudage as well. Yeah, I like it better that way. Oh, that was, I'm so glad I noticed. Right, let's get a bit of glue. Pop that there. And then we'll get a little twinkle twinkle little star. See, I just think being able to pop a bit of Nuvo drops or a little bit of glitter pen on these bits would have just been lovely. Right, I'm going to pop a bit of 3D foam on that. Right, not a lot. Don't mean it to be quite that little, but hey ho. That's the way the cookie crumbles. need to go find lunch. There we go. Now. Okay. What wordage? Oh, I've not used any of the Stamplamentals. I need to get a set of Stamplamentals. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide. Because she said 2 inks, and I just presumed that was distress inks. Does that include the black ink for stamping? Quite possibly. So I can't stamp with black ink. Well, okay then. That's fine. Right, you get one of these papers and we'll find out what it looks like stamped with distress ink. If not, I may cheat. Well, I don't know if it's cheating or not, to be honest. Right, it's going to have to be the good times because that's the only one that's going to show up well enough. Well, I mean, it's going to have to be the blue. I think it's the only one that's going to show up. Possibly, but it needs to be on a plainer background, and I'm not sure if we're allowed extra. Okay, let's see if we can find a embellishment that I'm not in love with. There we go, I'll take this one. I don't know if extra bits of paper and cards are allowed. So, we'll go with this. Good times. Oh yeah, that shows up. That's fine. No unicorns were harmed in the making of these embellishments. See, now we've not wasted it because we've still got a unicorn head. That could be used for something. Right, there we go. So, I'm going to get that and then pop that onto there. And I think that sort of works. I might actually just give it a little distress around the edge. There we go. Good times. Celebrate good times. Come on. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm going to cringe listening to this back when I'm editing. Thinking, Julia, you idiot, why did you feel the need to burst into song so many times? Because now you actually have to put that in the public domain. Right, so now we've got this one. Do we have any ickle unicorns lying about? There we go. Oh, that's nice. So I'll pop that down there. I think I'll do the same. I've still got a spare star, so we can put that there. Or maybe, oh yeah, at the paw. At the feet, like she's galloping amongst the stars. She's galloping amongst the stars. There we go, pop that there, and then I'll do the same. I'll get a bit of lace. And we'll just pop that behind. Like so. You can barely see it, but it is there, and I have used the lace. Right, so I've got that there. Okay, cool. And then we've got this one. And could you just layer quite like that? Yeah, I mean we can barely see the circle, but that's okay. Right, I'm just going to take the pips of this off because they will be quite bothersome to moi. Right, so we'll do that, and then I'm wondering whether I should have another circle. Nah, I'll just have the one. I had it high up here before, didn't I? There we go. Ooh, that works quite well. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It means my embellishments are not coordinating in the slightest, but hey ho. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Right, we'll pop a little, and what I might do is still stick with the, nope, 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 get rid of the lace. Okay, so we'll pop a little bit of 3D foam on that. Part of me wants to layer those other ones up now on other things. Right, what have we got? Have a nice day. Hello, beautiful. I think that could be a nice one, if I can actually get it off. Sometimes find these a little bit delicate. You either find this of a rip. That's it. It's going over 2 layers there, but I can live with that. There we go. And then do I want a bit of lace peeking out? I don't know. Yeah, maybe if I can curve that round a little bit, it might be alright. Well, this isn't at all what I was expecting, but there you go. I don't really know what I was expecting, so I'm just going to manipulate this a little bit so that it sort of curves round. I may have to hold it together with something, like a wee, what do you call it, paper clip or something. Or it might just hold, as she says. She says, she says, she says. Now part of me wants to make those teeny ones bigger. Oh, actually I could keep that. Should I keep going round? The person who hates lace is becoming addicted to lace. Sad state of affairs. There we go. Actually, I love lace and I love it on other people's projects, and I buy it thinking that looks lovely, and then I try and put it on a project and I don't know, I just never seem to be able to put lace on a project in a way that I like. And anytime lace ends up on as a prompt, I know I've had lace on some Take 5 prompts, and I find that even harder because that's in a journal. And I don't use lace at the best of times, but in a journal, pff. So yeah, lace is definitely something that pops me outside my comfort zone. But it is something I want to get to grips with, that's the other thing. It's like, because I do buy it thinking it looks pretty, but then struggle being able to do anything with it. I am making a pixie do this now. My fingers sticking to the glue as I'm going round. I said, well, I probably need some way of securing this till it dries. Oh, cute. This needs raised up a bit. But other than that, it's alright. There we go. I am probably making this far more difficult than it needs to be. Dawn's probably watching it going, to know, if I just did this, then that would make life much easier. And I'd be like, oh yeah! So if you want to see how to masterfully use lace in your projects, do pop over to Dawn's and you can find out what you're meant to be doing. Instead of this hodgepodgeness going on here. There we go. That is something that is not me at all. Now this bit bothers me, but I'll let it dry and we can always do something like stick a star there. And that'll just go. I've had a little lunch and feel a whole lot better. So that's dried now. That one there. And I've decided this little one here, I am going to stick on this little tag and just make it slightly bigger, just like so. So we now have those three and the three tags. You can barely see it in amongst the mess of my desk, but obviously I will finish the video showing it all properly. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit, grab a card blank, and we'll make the card. Okay, so now we're down to making a card. I've grabbed an 8x8 card. I really need to get myself some more card blanks. I've either got tiny ones and I'm running out of everything else. So I have cut into these three papers, you know, to make the embellishments. So I'm going to try and make the card out of those papers so that we're just kind of using it up. I like this unicorn here, so I want to save that. So I'm just going to tear that like so, and then the rest of it we'll just see what we've got. Let's do some ripping and tearing, because, well, I like to rip and tear. It saves you having to think about measuring in straight lines. I also know Dawn likes her ripping and tearing, so seeing as this card is going to her, that seems to... Now, see, here I've got the hole there and I've ripped down, but we just need to tuck that behind there, like so. And we've just created an extra bit of interest, so nothing needs to go to waste. I like that, actually. I like that, and I like the white space. But what it does need... I would normally be grabbing my stencil out, but that's not on the list. But we do have a little bit of distress ink, so I am going to stencil myself some circles. So I'm going to get some pink ones, and I'm just going to create a few little circles coming down the page just because I want them. So there you go. You don't actually... We're saying that sometimes it's just about using what you have. Sometimes when we watch people create, it's like, oh, I need that stencil, and I need that, and I need that. And yeah, I mean, we can't help it. We're crafters. We like to buy these things. That Kitsch Flamingo has turned out very bright on just plain white. Quite surprised at that, but I'm going to knock it back in a bit with some of the peacock feathers. But yeah, so whilst we are all like that, and believe me, I've just had a massive craft kit that I ordered arrived today, so I will be playing with that very soon. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying, but sometimes you can actually make do with what you've got. Isn't this ink amazing? Look, in that there it looks like this bright pink, and in there it almost looks peachy. It's looking peachy, baby. So yeah, it's clever how these old distress ink things work. Right, I'm going to pop some blue. Actually, what I might do is just turn the paper so that I don't get the pink contaminating my blue. And I'm going to just pop some blue circles down there as well, because why not? So there you go. Stencil wasn't on the list, but punch was. And we've made do. And I think it looks fab. Right, so do that, like so. Oh, I love it. I love it. I do like a little bit of dotties. Right, so then I'm going to stick that there and that there. Move over a little bit so I preserve some of my dottage. Gotta have a bit of dottage. And then we'll have that there. I think we're going to need to actually tear around the edges because it looks a bit random at the minute having two of them straight and two of them torn. So we'll do that. And then I think we've got something like that. Trying to make sure that it stays in shot. I had to move my camera about because we use I use a different camera when I'm doing the Skype calls in for Hachanda, so the whole setup changes, and I've just put it all sort of back, and I've not obviously not got it quite in the same place. I'm actually going to not have this straight. There's a bit of a blue hue sort of following the shape of the unicorn. I'm just going to follow that just because I kind of want to fit this in. Yeah, I don't quite know what I'm doing now. I'm making a mess, that's what I'm doing. Right, let's get this bit stuck down because I'm happy with that. And then we will go from there. So I'm going to get all of that stuck down. Like so. And said, great big hole there, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, you can still use it. And then we'll pop that one there. And then we will get our scissors and just neaten that up a little bit. Oops. Like so. Do, do, do. And she's singing again. Right. I kind of feel like I've ruined that now. I'm going to make it straighter again. There we go. I kind of want that bit there. Always be yourself, unless you can be a unicorn. Then be a unicorn. Good advice. We've got some tags. I'm in a state of indecision now. Now I'm just faffing. Oh, I could have the... I'm just pulling everything in. I still kind of... I'm very tempted towards that big unicorn, but I can see me actually having to fussy cut that out now. Well, I quite like the contrast of that. Decisions, 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 decisions. Now I'm definitely overthinking. I do really like that. I was going to see what happened if I changed the orientation of the card, but then the unicorns would be floating in the air, which I'm not sure would be a good look. So I'm just going to continue to faff and to fiddle and see what occurs. See what happens. That could be quite nice, I want just cut that. And then I could have one like that. I think I've probably got enough unicorns. Oops. Yep. Okay. For you. It's for Dawn. Maybe like that. And we've got some stars. Stars will help. I've also got these ones. I've got the blue edges to them, which might be quite nice. Do I have another one? Because I liked in 3. I don't think we do. But we have these little ones, so we can go. Oh, I've got the 3 there. And then maybe 2 there. What do we think? I think that could work. Okay, so let's get all of that sorted. Ooh. just trying to see. There we go. My lovely new juicy pen from Dawn. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she just lovely? And I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder what Dawn has made. And I've got it sat just there. Part of me is really tempted to open it and have a look. But I don't know. Should I open it and have a look after I've watched the video tomorrow? Or should I have a little sneaky peek now? That is the question. And Dawn's just going to have to wait for hers. Nothing new there. She knows I'm a last minute Annie. She'll not be expecting this for about 3 weeks. Well, maybe not that long, because then she'd only have a week to play. But I do have some stuff that I need to be posting down to her, which hopefully will arrive at the beginning of the week. And then I can send it all down together. Right, I'm going to... Let's see, what does Dawn do? She does this. She just sort of glues the layers. She does it much better than that. Right enough, but right enough. That was a bit of Indonesian. Right enough, right enough. Aye, aye, aye. There we go. Right. So I'm gonna just get in there. Pop an edge to me star. Okay. Now take the pips off of this. Okay, if there is a dodgy edit there, my camera very rudely decided to run out of battery. I mean, how dare it? Anyone would think it had been on all day. So yeah, if there has been a bit of a, you know, nasty edit there, that'll be why. So I'm just going to cut little V's into these strips to create a sort of banner-like look. Get that down. Just realised I never put my stars back. Never mind, we'll do that at the end. So I'm going to stick this down like so, and then we will stick the next one down. There we go. Just realised as well, I could have added a bit of extra stamping. I think I'll do that. Just because I can, and I've not really used the stamp mementals much, and it was part of this stuff. I have used it a little bit, but not hugely. So I'm going to take the text element of it, and I'm just going to add a few little bits here and there. That is so bright. I didn't expect that ink to be as bright. I've never seen it look that bright. But it's nice. It seems like a softer pink to some of the others, but then when it's put on neat like that, it's a lot brighter. Oops. Right, let's neaten up a few edges. So we'll pop that on there. Drop that off there. Okay. It's looking a little bit better. While I'm at this stage, I'm just going to grab my Pro marker again, and let's just edge the card. Give it that frame that one likes so much. Dawn's getting it framed, whether she likes it or not. She wouldn't think it was a card from me if it didn't have it. It wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel like a Julia creation if it didn't have a black frame around it. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right, so where did all my bits and bobs go? Where have I hidden them? Now that is, oh there it is, underneath the stamp mementals. So we've got that there. And we're going to move over a bit more. Do you think? What do you think, people? Yeah, I'll pop it there. It's funny, when these kits came out last year, I bought them because I loved them both, but I definitely favoured the more tropical one with the flamingos and the cactuses, the cacti, not cactuses, honestly. I don't think I've really played with this much. I mean, I think we've used some of these papers for a Dawn and Julia Create already. like an old one. But I don't think other than that I've really played with it. I'll stick with that one. I just quite like it to be a bit more embellished than it currently is. Let's see, Papa. Let's pop a rainbow. I can sing a rainbow. My, it's been a day for me bursting into song today, isn't it? I am, seriously, when I watch this back to edit, I'm just going to have my head in my hands thinking, oh, there we go. Smudge that a bit more than I wanted to. Yeah, I'm going to have my head in my hands thinking, what on earth were you doing, Julia? Why did you feel that need to burst into song quite so many times? It's embarrassing. Right, so I'll pop that there. I'm just moving it over a little bit so that I can still see my fancy ribbons. And then we shall deal with that smudging, although we hadn't planned to have a star there, we now are, because we have to deal with the fact that I was a bit sloppy. Right, so I'm going to pop some stars here, and then can you guess what I'm going to do with them? Can you guess? Are you shouting at the screen, Dawn? Are you going, yes Julia, you're going to turn them into dangles, we know. Is that what you said? Did you say it? Did you know it? Right, and then we'll pop another one up here, like so. And then I'm going to grab my black pen, and I'm just going to turn these into dangles, because I'm obsessed with dangles, and I don't know why, but they are definitely my current favourite thing to do. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. Right, and then I will also add a diddly border. Again, it just draws the eye in even further. Around we go. Like so. Right. There we go. So I'm just going, so the inside here I'm going to have the positive message, but that I will film in a little bit. Because that part will go on to the video when we do part 2, which as I said will be in a month, because I've just given Dawn the one for a fortnight's time. So because it's Dawn, so it's like I choose it once a month and Dawn chooses it once a month, so it'll be a month before her next one. So that's the card, and then we have these. I'm just trying to type. It's like I should just turn off the camera and properly tidy it, but you know that way when you're in the middle of creating and it's just like, it's just easier to push it to the side. We have these 3 little tags, and then we have this one here, this little circle with ribbon around it. Then we have a itty bitty tag. There, can we still see it if I squeeze that up there? We might just manage to get them all on. There we go. So if you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing. Don't forget to pop over and see what our lovely Dawn has done with this challenge. And I will be back with some more crafty goodness for you very, very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.